All right, welcome to MX Training Secrets, setting your first goal. And I really want to first tell you, like, if you don't have a goal for your life, I often equate to it, it's like having a boat without a rudder. A rudder is the thing that really steers the boat or a ship. And without goals for your life, it's like a boat being pushed out to the sea without no way to control it. You know, at first it might be great. You know, you're out at the sea, you know, the beautiful sights, the waves, the ambiance, and you're just out there maybe just enjoying it. But after a while, there's going to be a storm come through, and if a storm comes through and it starts to push your boat against maybe some rocks or some huge waves or another boat, you know, if you have no way to steer it, there's going to be some bad things that you're going to invite into your life. And your life is no different. You know, without you having a goal, you have no way to steer your life wherever you want it to go. Look, in 30 years, we're all going to end up somewhere. Like, whether you end up somewhere on purpose or by accident is up to you. And instead of just letting life give you what it gives you by chance, we have the ability to control and steer that life. And so in this first exercise, I want to encourage you, it's time to set a goal for your life. It's time to give your life some focus. But the question is how do you do that? Because it's not always as easy, but it starts with just your intentions and taking a little bit of time. So my first advice to you today is just to go get a loan. You need to go on a mini adventure. You need to just get somewhere that you can just break off limitations, somewhere where you can just go and be quiet and still and just really think and ponder like, what is it that you want? You know, what level of motocross do you want to get to? What do you want to do with your life? Maybe you just want to be a YouTube influencer. Maybe you want to be work at a motocross shop. Maybe you want to do something in the industry. There's a lot of different goals that we can set, but without taking time to think about that, it's going to be hard to set your goal. The next thing is we need to take off all limitations. And so when you're getting a loan, when you're getting free by yourself, ask yourself this: if money was no option, if I had $1 million and I could do anything I wanted in the motorsports industry, what would I do? You know, I really want you just to be able to dream freely and not be burdened down by the limitations of your resources. And so that question is just really important to use. And so once again, like, get a loan by yourself. If money was no option, what would you create? And just begin to write out what you want to see happen in your motocross journey. And the next thing is just you need to write it down and get it on paper. One last question I just really want to challenge you to think through is, after you get that written down, it's really important to write out and just really begin to think about why you want those things. Why is it that you want to go and become a pro rider? Like, why is it that you want to do X, Y, Z? Because when you really figure out the why behind, it gives you way more power to begin to push through the hard stuff and really go out and actually achieve it. And so, all right, so that's your first task, is to create your goal. So go ahead and go get a loan by yourself. If money was no option, write it down and figure out the why behind why you're wanting this goal. And then I will see you on the next page. Here's just a quick tip for my story personally, just because I think it's really unique. I never knew anything about goal setting. I didn't understand it. And it wasn't until I got a mentor and coach in my life who sat me down and said, "Hey, Kyle, what is it that you want to do? And I want you to write it down." And so he had me do these exact same steps. And so the first thing I did is I went and got a loan, sat out by myself. I really thought, like, if money was no issue, what would I do? And I wrote everything out. And I wrote about a page worth of exactly what I saw I wanted to do. And so I was like, hey, I want to start a motocross school. I'd like it to be a faith-based program that taught kids about who Jesus was, and about a leadership program attached to that. And I want it to be out in the woods. I want there to be tons of motorcycles and gear. And I wrote a page worth all the stuff of exactly what I wanted to see happen for my moto goal. And so one interesting thing that happened is that a week later, I got a phone call from this lady who basically was asking me if I wanted to come check out this program. They're looking for a motocross director of a motocross school that's out in the woods. It has 30 plus motorcycles, all the gear. There's all these kids. It's a faith-based program. And I was like, dude, you've got to be kidding me. Like, I just written down my entire goal on a piece of paper. And a week later, I was getting a phone call about this place. Like, just completely blew my mind, and it's just, I'll never forget that experience. So what I'm not saying is every time you write out your goal doesn't mean that it's just instantly going to happen. But I think that when you actually can get clear with what you want and write it down, like, you oftentimes your brain will just automatically be guiding you on a path to lead you towards that direction. And so I've seen it happen over and over and over my life, and I've seen it, the negative happen with all my friends, people who don't have goals. They just never seem to create the life that they're ultimately after. And so I personally believe that you were created with a purpose. You have unique gifts and talents that you really need to connect your life to. Like there's no sense in living a life that's makes you operate outside of your giftings. You wouldn't take a motocross bike and turn it into a supermoto bike, or you wouldn't make it a street bike. You wouldn't take a trail bike and make it a motocross bike. Like that's just not what it was designed to do, and your life is no different. And so it's really important, why not just try it? Like go get a loan by yourself. Just really start to think about what it is that you want in your life and give your life focus, meaning. And to me, it's more fun. Like when you are trying to go out and accomplish something, these micro goals make life way more fun. And I get bored easy. I kind of think I have adult ADD at some level. And so to me, I get super bored without goals. And so I just want to encourage you, try it. Try to set a goal and just see what happens over the next year in your life. All right. I'll see you on the next page.